Look, look.
Make some in here. Oh, try not to dance it. Look at me happy. I need to think of get charged. Big picture, Limitation mongrel. Okay, wait, you'll try back. Sing, daddy. The last one about you, babe. I'm the engineer. Woo! Tuesday morning, session. You feel alright. You want some. Okay, we can now. Okay,
Are we ready? Are we ready? Okay. Hold on.
Oh, we can go shot.
Shot. Oh, okay. Woo!
Jamila.
AM 970 WSDX. Continuous music variety.
Okay, they need to leave me alone.
Whoa! Sorry.
You're tuned into Just Jamila. You know the rules. I talk about what I want to talk about.
Or I dance to what I want to dance to.
So call
We don't gotta move.
0390 or 773.
Look, comments already.
I have the worst friends in the world.
Oh, the
I don't care.
comments are
I don't
fabulous.
care.
Oh my god.
I don't care.
Everything.
Okay.
I
you
kind of
ready?
needed that. Okay.
I need that this morning.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Are you?
I am.
That was
That was
like
exercise.
too.
We got it, I'm
Oh no, not yet.
Okay.
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 Shot need to go on.
Okay, yeah, you know what I
I need to be. I need a shot. So song all the time.
Yeah.
Nobody can run me.
Woo. Okay, breathe it, ladies. Let's go.
Okay. Here you go. Play the shot. Oh yeah, we
We have people.
No, we over there.
Oh, you're real.
Yeah, me.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, you
Here we
ready?
go. We ready.
Shot over there. We good. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Fabulous.
Okay, so if you guys are tuned in, you are not at 9:70 a.m. You're going to be hearing me on 100.3 FM this morning. And we're still streaming at WSTXradio.com. And you can follow me on my Facebook page. And good morning, Senator. Thank you for dancing with me this
Good
morning.
morning, Jamila. Just Jamila.
I want to say thank you for dancing with me.
You're welcome.
I
needed the exercise anyway. I need to lose some weight.
Well, I need to lose plenty of weight.
Yes,
But so one thing I want to say, I want to say first and foremost that I'm thankful that I'm here. I'm glad that you're here with me. Before I begin, let me get some niceties out of the way. Today is July 11th, and I choose to celebrate today. I choose to celebrate today. And I want to say happy birthday to Kyle Ranch. Today is his birthday, and a lot of times, for a long time, I would send him a happy birthday, and I wouldn't celebrate him as I should. That's Shashamani's uncle. And so I need to say happy birthday to Shashamani, Uncle Kyle. So happy birthday, Kyle. I love you so much. And on today's day, God showed me favor.
Yes.
And
Amen.
I will never spit in God's face. And so I am so thankful for God's grace and mercy. If you know, you know.
Amen.
So
Amen.
and those of you who's been riding this journey with me for the last 13 years, I want to thank each and every one of you, to just everybody, and especially to the nurses in the ER room that ended up being nurses in the ICU. I love and I appreciate all of you. And to Dr. Dante Galabert, whatever you're doing in life, I got you forever and always. So that's it.
Amen.
That's my gratitude for today. And so I've been in a funky mood all week, and I was in a horrible mood this week. But I know why.
Yeah, I try to think where you were a little mean to me,
oh Lord, every time I know I was in a funky mood.
No, actually, it wasn't that you were mean. It was just that you became like every person on an island who sends a text to a senator and thinks that they're the only one in the world that the senator is receiving, or Maurice is receiving. And well, why didn't you text me back?
Yeah,
why
I need
didn't
to
you call
text me
me
back. Yeah,
where are you? So I got that. But I have a joke.
Tell me.
I have a joke. My cousins were visiting from Florida, they were born in St. Croix,
Mm-hmm.
and we were talking about dialect
Mm-hmm.
and vocabulary. It was really, really good. So my one cousin, he said that when he left St. Croix, he went to high school,
Mm-hmm.
and he had a difficult time because his dialect was so strong, his accent was so strong. So he's in gym class, and I don't know if you used to call them this, but
Tell me.
you get a joke. The people out there will get this joke. So he said, so he was tying, he was putting on, and he said he bent down, and he said his real close friend was sitting next to him,
Mhm.
and so he said, "Man, I need some new rubbers." You got that?
Nobody don't
No.
use rubbers no more. But when you're bending
That
down,
was
okay.
that was
that's
way
back.
back. So he said his friend goes, "I have some in my wallet," and he was
Listen,
like,
I was
he
about
said-
double
he said-
entendre
he said, "Here he is, 14 years old," and he's like, in his wallet. So he looked at him, and the guy pulls out, you know what, and he goes, "Oh, in St. Croix, we'd call sneakers rubbers," and they start laughing. We were on the floor. He says, so he had to adjust being in Florida because it was difficult because we use different words for different things.
Yeah.
And so his wife was saying, "Oh, I want to learn how to speak like you guys," because she loved the fact that he switches back and forth,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
But that was a good joke. So he said he has so many other. We were on the floor laughing.
That's how, listen, rubbers. Yeah, I was like, I caught it. I was like double
Yeah, you did.
entendre.
Okay, you did. You caught it. You caught it. Yeah.
Immediately. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, because I've been in such a funky mood all week, I'm like, I was completely in a funky mood. But we do have a guest, Russell Pate. Russell, you want to come in? We have Russell Pate. If you all don't know him, Russell ran last time. He wasn't successful, but he has hosted and come sit down. You're the host today.
Morning. How are you?
Morning. Russell has been hosting or hosted. You could put some Democratic forums.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Right. Should I give
yeah.
him this one?
No.
Yeah.
Jen. No,
Yes.
she's gonna bring one for
Should I
me.
bring him?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
bring him.
forget.
Okay.
It's in the back. She just needs to plug
Oh,
the key.
just okay.
Yeah, but
she's gonna
she gonna
come. She's gonna come.
Jen. Show somebody to call Jen for me now, please.
So
Please go and get Jen.
you have
Yeah.
such a money walking. Okay, good.
Yeah, he was.
Go ahead and get
He's
Paula.
sleepy. He's
Okay,
super
thank
sleepy,
you.
but he'll be all right.
Yeah, he will.
He must learn to sleep in the night. He doesn't want to have concerts in the middle of the night in the house, like literal concerts
And dance with you.
and dance.
You see?
Yeah, and me and he don't really have any. My mother to laugh at us because my mother, when we stayed with her for such a long time. This last time, she was like, the two y'all crazy, and then my mother liked to do videos of our craziness.
Yeah.
And she played it back for me, and I realized like me and Shashamani really silly. Like we'd be up at like in
That's
the middle of the night, and we'd be watching the videos and dancing in front of the TV, like we actually did to the concert.
To the concert.
Oh yeah, we just be enjoying ourselves. Like
That's the way to do it.
Like can you hook him up on a mic, please?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. I got one back there, but
Yeah,
I think
but
that's the one with the short. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a cord for me, thanks. But yeah. But anyways, he needs to sleep in the night. But Russell has been hosting a lot of Democratic forums. He had one at the University of the Virgin Islands. And as soon as he gets a mic, we're going to start to talk to him. But the Democratic Party has been doing all of these forums. And if people haven't had the opportunity,
and debates.
Debates, forums, whatever you want to call
No,
them.
there's a difference though.
Yeah.
There is a difference.
But is there
All
really?
right, yes,
I know
yes,
there is.
there is.
But
and I said last night there was actual debate
that's a good thing.
between the different candidates, and so that was good because in the senatorial race, if you say something, because I experienced it, if you say something about your colleagues, you're not supposed to say anything about them, but you're running against them.
Yeah, that's it.
And they pretend as if you're not. I don't know why they do that. Because quite frankly, some of them are out there campaigning against one another quietly, but in front of everybody, we do this little song and dance,
Well, we're trying not
whatever
to be
you want.
kumbaya-ish, right?
No. Not debate is healthy,
Yeah, a debate is good.
very healthy.
We're in a
Um,
your mic is good. So
All right, welcome,
let me
Russell,
let's
Attorney
say-
Pate.
this is
Thank
Attorney
you.
Russell Pate. Hi.
Good morning. This started out with some real dancing, and I'm going.
Yeah, it
You
is.
got your blood flowing. I'm still a little too slow.
You should have joined in.
We
No,
had
but
fun. We had
we
fun.
had a little brief moment. I needed to,
Yeah, yes, you did.
get my spirits up.
Yes,
And music
yes,
tends
yes.
to
And it does that.
music is good for the
Music,
soul.
music is a language of love.
It
Come on
is.
now.
It
So-
is. Music
it
is
is.
definitely the
And
language of
healing,
love
you know.
and healing. So we're going to have a roundtable discussion today. Let me see. Let me pull this back. Let me see if I could be. Maybe I'll get you and Russell in a shot,
Then I'm
and
gonna
not
do
me.
it.
Or maybe Russell
No,
could
no,
come
no.
this way.
Well,
Yeah.
that will. But I
Yes,
don't know
yes.
if that.
It'll work.
And that cheering too. I used to sit there, you know, but you know.
No, just sit
That's
there.
perfect.
You
I
move
got-
it.
All right,
See, we
got
gain
my
it.
bag now.
We gain it. We gain
All right,
it.
we got to.
Okay.
Boy,
See, only with me,
Oh,
does
no,
this up?
no.
That's what you're
No.
trying to say?
No.
Only
I want to say the good part about this, with the jokey part about this, right? It kind of jokey, right? Because when you look at sets in the States, everything is so crisp and ready. And every time I come up here with you,
I don't ever be crisp already.
no,
I am
no.
uncrisp and unready.
So I think you had it there for a minute. Move it a little bit more so you could catch yourself. You can come close to me.
I could come closer. What
Yeah,
the old
yeah,
people
yeah.
said, draw near.
Draw near. There
You know,
go.
thank
There you
God me.
go.
Okay, so
Okay, there you
we're
go.
nice and cozy.
We are.
And we're in a cozy setting here. No, but
Okay.
we can have an honest discussion
Yes.
about what's been happening.
Yeah.
You started. Let me ask you, why did you feel the need to host a forum? That's interesting to me because I would have been like, you know, I think it like every year I say up here, oh, I want to host a forum, and I'm like, freak them. Why did you not have my attitude?
That momentary guilt. People were asking for it,
Uh-huh.
and you had a moment of weakness.
Okay.
And then I went ahead and set it up, and you go, "Oh no, this is gonna be a lot of work."
Yeah, it is.
Which one did you host? I mean,
IT Park. It was really nice.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't
go
get-
I didn't
I
go
don't
to that
even
one.
think you
The
went.
only
It
one
was-
I went to was the one last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's well.
Is that the one that was on? It was streamed though.
It was
Yes,
streamed,
medical
yeah. Okay, I saw it.
simulation
I saw
center, and it's a new UVI building. It's beautiful, but we started slow because
Yeah.
the first event, I'm worried. I don't want to set something up and it totally fails. So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll have a little bit more momentum.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And our,
Mhm.
this Wednesday coming up will be the delegate candidates
Mhm.
for the congressional
Yeah.
candidates, and I will try real hard to keep that. We're going to start 5:30
Mhm.
will be doors open, but we're going to start at 6.
Yeah,
and
you
it'll
have to
go
start
6
on
to
You have
8.
to start on
Yeah, you have
time.
to start on time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to start on.
It's like court that there's no
Yeah,
such
yeah,
thing
yeah.
as we're just coming in
Right, no, we don't
on
do that.
island time.
Right,
No, coming on time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I attended, and let me tell y'all go because
You attended that one?
of course I
Okay.
attended the first one. And he had good food. Hello.
Well, I should not have even asked you that because your boss was there.
Well, that's
No,
not.
no, that's why you were there. Stop.
Yeah, that's why I was
Okay,
there,
good.
but that's not necessarily an accurate statement because I had to blow off things on a regular.
I know, but you wouldn't for him.
No, I wouldn't. For
Oh,
him, but
thank
I'd
you.
blow,
Let me
I'd
be
blow,
clear about it.
but I'd blow off things on a regular.
But I do want to say this too.
On a regular.
Attorney Pate Russell, as I know him, has always been very engaged in our community.
Yeah.
And has always been donating and has always been giving of himself to the community. And I really appreciate that because a lot of people step back and they're not engaged and they complain, but they're not engaged. So thank you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Senator. So now
Yeah.
I can still complain, but I'm engaged, right?
Yeah.
You can, exactly.
Yeah, no,
That's
and
the thing about
that's
this.
part of it. 'Cause
Yeah, you have to be in it.
You have decided to throw yourself or submerge yourself, submerge, whatever the one of them subword is.
Mhm. Immerse.
Immerse. Whatever
IMM,
one. Oh,
yeah.
okay. Is an IMM? Okay.
Yeah.
Whichever one it is. Drown
Yes,
yourself
that
under
one.
the water with we. You know?
Okay.
So I want to say thank you for that. And let me tell you, and he don't have good food. You don't have to pay
Oh,
for. No,
Lord.
because people in the Virgin Islands don't go. We cheap. We don't like to pay for stuff.
But that's not the
So,
reason you
that's
should
not-
go.
I-
Everybody. That's
okay.
everywhere.
That's everywhere.
Everybody
I
take
know.
free food.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
free food.
everywhere.
That was
So-
Chef Jay.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the incentive to get more people to come out because they had really good
I
food.
know, but my point is,
I know what you're talking
But
about.
it's
People should
okay.
want to be
Yeah,
civically
yeah,
engaged.
yeah.
Blah 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 blah
but
blah.
it's okay. So
That's
thank
good.
you for the food.
Good
Okay,
food.
good.
It had good food, and as somebody who didn't have to go home to cook,
Yeah, right.
I fix up Shashamani stuff, and I was like, "Here's dinner."
Makes sense.
So I want to thank you, and it was good, and it streamed live, and it was professional, and I appreciated his setup for senators, because typically for senators it was a forum, and typically for senators, when you engage with senatorial candidates, you're right, it's not a debate format, because it's so many people, you can't really have too many people debating. But what you did that was excellent to me is because he has an understanding of the system and he has an understanding of government. He was able to ask pertinent questions and say things to the candidates. So I appreciated that. He was a fully engaged moderator.
I call it the bully pulpit. So I put in a few of my ideas, and I had them all sitting there so I could just, catch them like a preacher that's holding you in church.
So that was a good thing. So did you attend or watch let's start with the congressional debate.
Okay, I wrote something.
You wrote some notes. Did you watch it?
Oh yes, I was there.
You were there.
You were there?
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't.
This is a complex.
Okay.
Yes.
So
mine are only jokes.
We're gonna have hers are jokes. We'll have the attorney.
Let's get a serious part.
We could have some serious analysis. Okay, wait, hold on 1 second. Let me pull up the comments so I could see if anybody wants to ask us questions.
Okay.
I will say that my understanding was it was starting at 6:30 and it didn't start until 7:30.
That's right.
Yeah, it's that late. Yeah, people were complaining about that.
Yeah.
So shame on the Democratic Party. And let me just say this. I didn't watch the entirety of the debates and stuff live. And when I went back, and I'm just going to put it out here because, I'm sensitive.
Go ahead.
I'm sensitive.
Let me hear it.
I asked Carol Buck to be a moderator in the legislature. And she told me, no, I bias. And I was like, I am? And that's what she told me.
You mean for this one?
You've been there when I tell her,
I know, but you wanted to do it for this senatorial forum?
I asked her to be a moderator.
Well, I want to let you be it for the senatorial forum because yes,
I
Clifford
understand
Joseph,
that.
but you could have done it for the lieutenant governor. And you know what? You should have been the one.
And I could have done it for the delegates them too. And
no, not lieutenant governor. I meant delegates. Sorry.
I could have done it for all of them.
No. You couldn't have done it with all of them.
I know how to be
unbiased. I would have only asked you to do it for the delegate to Congress.
But no, all jokes aside, I actually did not think. I thought. 340. Oh! Wow! Somebody's calling us. Okay, guys.
Hold on. Well, okay.
Sir,
go ahead.
Let's get him engaged.
You want to do that?
Yeah, that's our new. That's my boyfriend.
That's your boy. Who's this?
Hello. She said the person said it's 3:40. We're gonna find out though.
Wow.
Hi. Good morning.
He's your boyfriend and he my boyfriend.
He's your boyfriend too. He's our boyfriend.
He's our boyfriend.
He's our boyfriend.
All right.
Hi.
I call her joke time too.
Oh, you're on joke time. Okay, so you and Maurice James on joke time. Okay, so let me get a serious perspective from Attorney Pate, because Attorney Pate, what did you think about the congressional debate?
Overall, I think debates are good because you're getting kind of the interplay between the candidates, because the work itself is stressful when you're on the spot. There was a few, I would say, technical issues, the starting late, but also the mic muting right at time. I feel like that's unfair.
Unfair.
When you call time, unfair. You have to give 5 seconds, 10 seconds to wrap the sentence.
To wrap it up.
The sentence.
That's
up.
right. That's right.
Okay.
The same thing happened last night. I said, what is wrong with them? You cannot stop someone from the minute you set time, the person then knows finish the sentence. But you had all these people saying things that you would not have heard as a viewer of the television, or if you were sitting in the back, you would not have heard the end of it, which makes no sense because you're sitting there frustrated. Well, how did they end this sentence? So I hope
very
that
unprofessional criticism moving forward. The Democratic Party needs to do better. Continue.
That's the one good one. I like that.
The next one, the rebuttal, the concept of rebuttal. We understand that as attorneys, but the rebuttal system that they gave turned into, okay, you have an ability to have an additional comment.
Yeah.
It wasn't an actual critique or here's a factual dispute. It wasn't explained. And then when the candidates realized, oh, this is the way for me to get my extra 30 seconds in, even though I don't disagree. And you could see, either Senator Thoreau say, well, they didn't disagree with me, or someone else it showed that it wasn't explained.
And,
Like,
and yeah, I don't think that the candidates themselves understood what a rebuttal means, because
Yes.
you are supposed to say how you differ from what they
Yeah.
said. I'll say he's agreeing
Okay,
with me.
so you
yeah.
you agree?
but you got to realize that. Yeah,
Uh,
go ahead,
I
caller.
thought that man was just like, I agree with what he's saying, and that's just something else. Like, what?
Yeah.
But candidates are also smart. They realize that maybe the rules say this, but if you can get away with it, the biggest thing is speaking playing time.
Mhm.
So
Right.
if you're getting playing time to your audience, then it doesn't matter if you can get away with that and the rules are not enforced strictly. They're going to do that.
They're going to do it. They're
Yeah.
going to do it. And I had, when people ask me to be a moderator, I am really strict with the rules. I mean, the other day when Senator Frederick had his summit and he asked me to
Mhm.
moderate, believe me,
You asked him. For rules and figured out.
when somebody were breaking the rules, I said no, that wasn't what I asked you. Or you get up to ask a question, but you're not asking a question. You get up and you just keep talking about. People here like to
Make statements.
To make statements. So then I said, that's not a question. Get to your question.
Okay.
So I don't know if you would be a moderator like that, but I know that I am.
Oh no, I don't.
I am not.
I am queen of the red button. So I am queen, and I hear somebody's queen pork, because I get a call from
The queen
America.
of pork.
Oh, the queen of pork.
Oh, yeah. To get money. She's like, I'll bring you the money.
You know what?
money.
You know what's interesting about that though? Again, people in the VI don't really understand the term pork. So when she said she was the queen of pork, I was like, oh.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, you
wait.
just had this comment earlier on the rubbers. Right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So
yes.
so
exactly.
my boyfriend here what do you want me to call you? 340 comics? What do you want me to call you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, 340.
340.
So let me call you 340. 340. What did you think of the queen of? So it was
Pork,
queen of
queen of
pork,
pork.
not queen pork.
No.
I'll be honest with you guys. That threw me off, right? And I hear it, and I was like, did she say queen or pork?
Yes, she did.
I said, hold on. I said, maybe I ain't hear the right thing. And then somebody in the comments said, you checked. I was like, hey, in layman's term, you're telling me what queen or pork.
Yeah, they wanted to
and
know.
then someone broke it down.
Right.
And I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, I understand. Yeah,
I knew what it meant.
So one thing, because I didn't watch it, but I got people comment who I didn't watch it in real time. So I had people during, after, immediately after, prior to me being able to watch it. Open disclosure, I only watched them this Friday morning, right?
Mhm.
When Shashamani was having his concert, he woke me up. When I heard that, I felt, and I don't know if it's me, but I felt that the candidates on the congressional side didn't understand that a lot of Virgin Islanders don't understand some of those technical words.
Right.
And
right.
I think that Terry lost people. I was like, what
Yeah,
the
she
hell
did, yeah.
Terry talking about with 1108?
1108, yeah.
I know what the 1108 like 1108. I will tell you, I wanted to know if that was like a boyfriend, ex-boyfriend phone number that, she was traumatized. See, he in the audience and just was like, 1108, 1108, but,
So
you know,
fast.
And guys, I know pork means something different in the world.
yeah, I want a piece of pork. I want a piece of pork for me Christmas. I was like, but wait, she's selling pork. She giving away pork. She bringing pork. What kind of pork?
Yeah.
You understand?
Food, guys. It ain't just food. It ain't just food. Just put that there.
I was thinking about the other kind of pork.
Yeah.
I thought she was trying to go to America and make us legalize prostitution.
Yeah.
That's why I thought she said she had mean by the queen of pork when people were texting me.
Oh Lord, help me, Lord.
But could I say something else?
Yes.
So the part that kind of threw me off, right,
Mm-hmm.
is the big picture. I don't know if that been a tabloid size or a 14 by 19 was a very big picture she brings.
Right. That was
And the
interesting.
guy, right?
Was it show and tell?
And
It was.
And I wanted to know if she had that there long time ago, or them and Princess on the way down there.
Look, no, if you,
I think it was laminated.
it was, yeah, but if you look,
It was laminated.
it was laminated.
And she told her thing out like everybody are going to do it. Like that.
He said that like, "Ooh."
If that's Beyonce,
Well, no. Let me put this in context too. If you look at congressional hearings, they love to have props,
show and tell.
show and tell.
Mhm.
So she was letting us know that
She ready.
she's ready for show and tell. That's what I
Yeah,
interpreted it that way.
But we
But
don't.
we don't.
Like,
You have to know the culture. You have to know the
Yeah,
culture.
exactly.
It's the translation is lost between DC
Totally.
and here.
It's lost.
Yeah.
It is lost.
And you have to speak to us like you know us. We first and foremost, nobody. We don't in the Virgin Islands. We don't call pork barrel legislation pork barrel legislation.
No, we don't. We don't.
We don't call it Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Get it
That's what we
together.
call it. Yeah.
We don't call it a Christmas tree bill.
Right.
So get it together. Pork have a whole other meaning. Pork mean that you down in Canada and Queen Street in the red light district.
All right. I want to move on from pork. Can
Okay.
we let
But the
it
pork is
go?
Pork
Let the
is
pork
so
go.
funny though. 'Cause they
I
have roast
understand.
pork, stew
I
pork, fried
understand.
pork, curry pork. I could go on and on with the porks.
I
feel
love.
hungry.
Very hungry.
She's starting to get hungry here. The what was interesting to me was attorney Delia Smith. She had a difficult time, and I'll tell you why she had a difficult time, because the rules were not enforced, and she's an attorney. And I said, wow, I know how she feels, because again, the moderator didn't enforce, and sometimes it seemed as if the moderator didn't understand the rules herself. So I saw where attorney Smith was like, what is their rebuttal policy, right? You don't want a candidate to have to ask that in the middle of a debate.
Okay, I see that
You
they're
don't.
different. I see that they're different. I saw that different.
I see that exactly the same. When you come from federal court,
That's
it
right.
is so strict. You don't step out of line.
You don't step out.
You're thinking that these are rules set in stone. The federal judges don't play.
Right.
And then you go, wait a second, everything's kind of squishy and movie here on these
Mhm.
rules.
Yeah.
And then
fair.
you could see that then you weren't having as much fun. She
That's
was
right.
kind of really more
And I was
nervous and stuff like that. And you could see the candidates that were like, oh, I'm just going to play by these loose rules and
That's
I'm going to
right.
have fun in the environment.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
How
And
did you see her? How did you see her 340?
no, the same way like Marie said, like, and I know like that affected
Yeah.
her entire mood.
That's right.
Like, you could see it started to affect her, and a lot of people were saying like, oh, she's vexed or the case. And yes, of course, visibly, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
all this stuff is happening, and she's trying to, get her points across, and then also like how abrupt it was cutting off that mic, especially with her.
You're right.
I was
That's
damn,
right.
to see what she's getting at.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. So that was the.
She
that
was
was,
taking too long to gear up for me. She was saying first gear long, and like her gear shift wasn't going down to second to go up to third.
because again, if I'm there, and I know I've been in that situation, but I actually have said, hold on now, let's follow these rules. I don't get angry. I show like, hey, but she said, what is the rebuttal policy? And you could see that she was at that point frustrated. So that's how I saw her. For me,
I thought she could have pivot quicker. To me,
well, remember now, just like Rodney Moorhead, she is not a politician. And you have to, when you look at those candidates, you have to remember for them, it's making this adjustment.
Okay.
Now, Emmett Hansen, let me talk about Emmett Hansen. That's why I have the jokes.
Wait, Emmett Hansen, do something. Emmett Hansen, let me, that's your partner?
He's a
Listen,
partner.
Let me
That's
tell
where I
you.
have the jokes. I wrote them down.
I know, but let me tell you something, right? You do not want, I get up like 2-3 o'clock and I was watching these things, right? Emmett Hansen had me wanting to drink water. and so here it is, and imagine this, right? Shashamani is in his bedroom with Usher, because apparently Chris Brown and Usher have a concert
Yeah, they have
going.
a concert coming.
And I don't know how he find a live stream of it. So he's watching his two favorites, Chris Brown and Usher, in his bedroom, and I can hear the music coming through his door, right? And in my living room with my iPad watching these people, right? And I swear, I know I bust out laughing. I was like, these people.
I was laughing.
I said, these people, I gonna wake up these people in this neighborhood because you know,
I laugh.
you know when I get in my, I don't laugh loud, and it was
Yeah,
quiet.
yeah.
You know, I could only hear the little music, the humming of Shashamani in the background. And then when Emmett Hansen, okay.
Well, let me tell you some of the things he said. I want
listen.
that had me. I write them down because it was good.
Okay.
He said I would lock when he said I would lock them up for thieving. I said, oh no, Emmett, but you're right. I was like, that's good. And when there was the little back and forth between, he go, no, not me. I'm done. You can go ahead. He was like, I'm not getting in that.
He said, me getting that's true.
He called it a what with all the hubbub.
It's true. He said true.
No, he said
hubbub. It's hubbub.
Like that. He said. No, he said this thing. No, thank you. With all the hubbub, he said I don't even remember the question.
Like, hey, listen, man, I'm going to talk about my stuff, man. That's
yes,
thing that's going on.
yes. Yeah, he kept saying, "Hey, I don't hear."
Listen. I was like, oh my God! For the only man on the stage, I felt so sorry for him.
No, I didn't feel sorry. I think he handled himself well. I think Emmett Hansen handled himself well.
He came in the most relaxed.
That's right.
And he came in with the attitude is, you can't do a good job unless you have fun, because he's a true politician there knows the audience wants the energy of positivity.
That's right. And he had it. He had it. I can't remember when he said this, but they asked him a question about people, and then he went, actually nobody. And I was I can't remember that question.
Wait, Trifati, you pop. He had something with Emmett. What prompted you to pop?
Oh, yeah. He did.
Oh, because you were saying the I.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Listen,
that was hilarious.
I tell her you're right.
But the only candidate we haven't said anything about, and I looking at it, I believe she won the debate was Janelle Sarro. Hands down, she was the best prepared. She knew the subject matter really well.
Mm-hmm.
There was as Emmett noted, there was that exchange between she and Attorney Smith. I think that the candidates, Smith and Helenese knew that Janelle Sarro, it looks like she's a favorite. Right.
That's where the questions, when the question goes to one person, who do you have to ask the question to? It always goes to
to that favorite. I thank you for pointing that out. Yeah. So that's what happens. And it happened with her, but she came across really knowledgeable, very calm, very good tone of voice. She didn't get frazzled or she didn't unravel like Smith did in that exchange. And so my opinion is that she won the debate.
And when I watched it this morning, I thought so too, but I didn't think that she wouldn't. Let me just put that. I thought that Delia, because she's a Esquire behind her name.
Yeah, like both of us here.
Both of these two here. I don't know if Trifati have Esquire behind his name, but if you do, you know, those people who have Esquire, I expected more from Delia. And I know that y'all said she just wasn't comfortable within the rules, but I think that it speaks to your pliability. If you notice something going on, okay, rules are meant to be followed, but it's a forum, and if it's clear that the rules aren't going to be followed, you don't get frustrated. You pivot to make sure that you make the most out of the situation. When you go to Congress, and I just said like that was a disqualifier for me.
Okay.
In that if you go to Congress and people ain't doing the things that you think in the manner in which you're gonna do it, where you're gonna stop in the corner and say, I ain't getting my way. No. Get in there, figure it out, and get to work. And she wasn't getting to work.
Yeah, I understand.
That's how I saw it.
But you know, that's also to me a personality trait, you know, some people, whether they're attorneys, doctors, engineers, or just Jamila, know how to pivot.
Well, you said
But
just
no.
340.
Because I don't know him, you know.
Me know you. That is the first time I hear the boy voice.
Yeah, but
I tried
but
to
I
figure out
but you
if he's
see, I
sexy.
could touch Russell
I
and
tried
I
to
could
figure out.
touch Jamila.
I tried to
I
figure out if
haven't.
I tried to figure out if he's sexy, because if he's
If
sexy,
he's going on
if
here,
he's sexy, church out.
Yeah,
That would be my new boyfriend.
You can hear his voice. You know he got it.
He got it going on. Yeah.
yeah.
But wait, no, our jokes aside, because whoever 340 wife woman is,
okay,
I'm just
there you
on.
go.
I am just on joke time. I don't trouble people's husband. I don't trouble people's boyfriend. Just know that he'll be my internet boyfriend, because I don't want, when you hang up the phone, you have to answer for my comments.
I like
See
the
how I did that?
yeah. I like how you did that. I like the fact that
That's a disclaimer.
that's a
Disclaimer.
disclaimer. Right, there you go. I like the fact that that Janelle Serro was able to, for me listening, expand the role of the delegate. For me, I have always seen it as simply somebody who goes to Washington and seeks resources, and they come back and they tell you they got that, but they didn't really get it.
No.
Because the Congress decides there are formulas for different. So I when people say I got all this funding, I got it was Randy Lugo, Frazier, Christensen, or Plaskett. I've always felt no, they give it to you. They give it to us.
Them
They
a
give it-
lie. Them a
right?
lie.
But she was able to show in a way that you could take this role, and do a little more with it. I think Plaskett did a little more with the role, not necessarily in the sense of. I mean, as much as I enjoyed her, and I will say this, excellence as the impeachment manager, one of them, I think I preferred her role when she pursued getting us to be treated as citizens like everybody else. So, but I don't know if that can happen in that role. You can talk about it, but Janelle seemed to make me feel, well, maybe there is a little more that can be done to get the benefits for the people of the Virgin Islands. You know what I'm saying?
And of course,
to actually get the benefits.
Of course, there is. And
Yeah.
if you paid attention when Delegate Plaskett ran, she ran on a platform that would have expanded the role of delegate to Congress.
She did. She did. That's true.
And had she focused on those things and not focused on being, elevating herself within the National Democratic Party and aligning herself so strongly and so intimately with the National Democratic Party, she would have been able to garner some success within that role in terms of lobbying. Because when I attend the National Black Caucus of State Legislators conference, or NCSL, and I speak to staff and I tell staffers, listen, I need for you to speak to your people, to speak to your representatives about the Virgin Islands. I don't have SSI because
Janelle, that's what I'm saying.
Shashamani has attended conferences with me.
Yeah.
And when in conversation, people ask about the services, and I said, listen, I don't get a thing for him. And they're like, what?
Yeah,
and I was that's not extended to the territory.
But that's what Janelle Serro talked about.
And those are the things.
Remember that.
And she needs to be held to account for that, if she's successful come November. Because those are the things that the delegate initially campaigned on, things about expanding those resources that you get on the mainland that you don't necessarily get here, that you need congressional approval to get here in the territory. And those are the things that collectively, you have countless resolutions from the legislature asking for these things. When you have the whole government of the Virgin Islands moving in that direction, those are the things that you should be lobbying for on a consistent basis.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I definitely agree with that.
And people talk about my historical critiquing of the role of the delegate, and I have been very consistent. It has nothing to do with her running for governor. Is that I have two children with disabilities, I better than most understand that what my son gets in the States versus what Shashamani gets, and the services is a huge difference.
Huge.
You know, we don't get anything here for people with disabilities. We are quote unquote American citizens, but our children, if they and there are countless parents in the territory that have children with disabilities. I know people who have left the territory to be able to get you know, SSI for their children, to be able to get the resources, to be able to get the intervention, the early intervention, rehabilitative services that their children need. And we shouldn't have to move to be able to get that. Your job is to be able to lobby to get those benefits extended to the people that you represent. And so when I have been consistently critical, I've been critical for the things that you have not done.
How do you then view and Russell can speak to this too, the fact that on the stage that night we had, and by the way, I have never liked the delegate race. People have asked me to run, and I go, that's going up there and waiting for them to tell me, oh, we're giving the Virgin Islands 100 million, and then I come back home and I say, I got 100 million for you guys. I was like, no, I can't do that. But I agree with you. It goes beyond that. If you, the individual, find a way to do it. I mean, with both Christensen and Plaskett, there were times when they served when the administration was Democratic. And even during those times, they weren't able. So I don't know if it is just how we are viewed as a territory. So look at when Helenese, right? Candidate Helenese was on the stage, and she talked about all the things that she got. And you notice it was money also. Here we go again, money, as opposed to that thing you talk about, which is benefits and recognition of us as citizens. Okay,
let's do the top of the hour.
Top of the hour.
And the ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back. You're listening to, what am I showing name again, Jen? Just Jamila with my guest Maurice Russell and 340. We'll be right back as we continue to talk about all of this shenanigans that's been happening in this Democratic Party business. Yeah. Top of the hour. I'm muted?
No.
Oh, me mute. Wait, let me mute. I'm on mute. We're on mute. We're back. We're on mute. We're on mute. We're on mute. So we're live, guys. The here and I are talking about how to fix the pork.
No.
I listen. That's my story, and I stick into it.
One of the things.
When I mute, let me tell you what happened. They were talking about how to cook pork, and how I had to mute it because they were talking about all this pork conversation. And I could not have that with my listening audience about all the ways, especially on the FM side, because you know that's Rastaman side over there. And let me apologize. Isaiah don't put his head in here and tell me Jamila hold on all that pork talk, because the people who will be listening at the 100.3 FM is Vital is Ital and all of that there. You know, smoke ganja, peaceful, don't eat pork. They don't eat pork, yes. They'll be all down and then people pork.
Okay, all right. Let me move on. I want to point something out too.
I have Rasta pork, you know.
Let's move on. Yeah, well,
they have vegan pork. Why y'all don't believe me?
The only one of the other things that I did not. I'm moving on from you. One of the other things that I did not
why y'all don't want to engage with me? The ignoring is real. Okay.
Yeah, it is. Last night, I want to point out that the moderator for the lieutenant governor gubernatorial debate, DJ I want to say his real name, and I was like, okay, Josiah. Yeah, excellent. He was able to control the audience. He said to them, when your candidate, when you appreciate, you applaud, but then you have to remember that there are people who want to hear, that are out there, that are not in the room. And he was able to truly control the audience. The night of the congressional debate,
it was horrible,
and that's the only thing I would say about Saro's supporters. I didn't like the fact that the moderator called the name of an audience member. That was not good. You should never do that, and I did not like that. But the supporters need to understand that the people of the Virgin Islands are viewing this. You are already in there because you supported who you support, and you already loyal to your but there are undecided people, and when you do that, you are taken away from your candidate. And so I'm hoping going forward and I want to ask Russell for his forum, how is he going to control that element? Because the people of the Virgin Islands, besides your supporters, you need to convince other people. So can you address that when coming up?
Thank you, Senator. Well, I think there's three ways. The first was the polite ask, which didn't quite work for the debate. The second one is more of an education that when we have the presidential debates, they remove the audiences to make sure that nobody is talking or yelling or clapping, so that the public, millions of people, can hear the actual debate. And then there's the kind of the punitive measures where you either ask the candidate to tell their supporters to stop doing that, or you say, look, if you keep doing this and interfering with the debate, we're taking time away from your candidate, and you're going to be responsible for your general. That's the general, and if they can't keep you in line, if the general can't keep you in line, then I'm going to have to dock your general time. And
I agree.
That's the harshest way, but it's got to stop, because you're all there. They're all there with their T-shirts. We know who's supporting.
We know who you support.
Yeah, and that what did you think about? Were you like me? Because I'm going to assume that you listened to it.
In real time. Did you watch it in real time?
340.
Did I lose it? Yeah. No, I did watch it in real time. And honestly, I feel like that's one of the elements that affected David Smith, right?
Right. That's true.
I could see, I visibly. I mean, outside of rule stuff, just like the audience cutting off. That kind of changed the dynamic in a sense sometimes. So I do
agree with him.
Like, I understand you want to have your supporters, but then there are some people that, bro, just shut up that. Like, like let them talk. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to randomly scream out something.
Right.
I hear arguments in the background. So like yo, just.
Yeah, I that's where I thought that the Democratic Party failed. And I think that when you're conducting a forum or a debate, from the very onset, when you come out, you say, this is really a party's nomination process, right? And you need to speak and say, listen, they're all members of the same party. They're going to be debating, right? You're here because you're supporting, and we're going to allow people to be present. But what the party's intention is to get them out of 20,000 Democrats who don't come out to vote to become engaged by one of these candidates. And in order for them to do so, they need to be able to hear them. And if you're sitting at home as a person who may be a registered Democrat, but you don't go to vote, and you're hearing all of this confusion and the screaming, you might be, okay, well, I'm not going to come because suppose I pick the wrong person, people are going to be cussing me. And you could, in the background, you know, when I listened to it this Friday morning, I could have swear I heard in the audience, I actually heard like, you know, some cuss words, like some cussing.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I thought I heard a cuss word, but again, this was 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was very faint. I was like, wait, somebody in the background, but this getting spicy. I thought it was getting a little spicy.
You have to control your supporters.
Yeah, and so when Kenneth Mapp had debates, what he faced. What the governor name?
John DeYoung?
No. This governor, Albert.
Albert Brand?
Yeah, when the up at Country Day School, there was a live audience. I was part of the audience, and the rules were very, very clear.
Yeah.
You can't say Channel 12 had that shit on lock. They were like, we broadcasting on TV. You make a song, a noise, you clap. They had security. You would be they had like police. You would have to leave because it's a live production. You can't be messing up the live production with your tomfoolery.
Yeah,
they say you clap at the beginning. They had like signs when you could clap, like pay attention. You could clap now. You understand? And they had cue cards for that. And I think that
Sai did that. He and I want to say this about him because I love that guy.
I thought he was the only one. Well, you remember I said I thought that the Democratic Party failed in terms of let me just say in terms of selecting the moderators. I thought that he was the best moderator.
You know why?
Of the group of moderators
That's
that
right.
was there.
He was excellent.
Excellent. His hat is his signature hat, but
right,
you know,
that's his signature.
That's his signature look.
Right.
Other than I couldn't really see his face good, and he has a handsome.
And he's
face.
a handsome man.
And he's a handsome boy.
Right.
Yeah. Other than that,
right.
I figured he did an excellent job.
You know why?
Moderating.
You know why? He made you understand from the beginning how serious the nature of what was happening is. It was not a Queen show. It was not a Calypso show. He made you know right then and there. And so his tone was very professional all the way through. He doesn't have to make jokes. You don't have to throw any, you keep it where you know this is I'm not saying that you can't inject some humor because I do. Naturally, I do. But it has to be appropriate to the setting. And then you get back. You don't really want to even do much of that and so he did an excellent job. So I want to, he's one of my favorite DJs. So I'm biased. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah. What did you think of I know Rick Grant and I know I think it was a young lady, Robinson.
Yeah, Shaniqua.
Yeah, they were good too, but they were not as heavy in terms of letting people know this is serious.
Well, I didn't. I know Rick.
But they were good.
I like Rick and
they
Shaniqua.
Shaniqua
Robinson. I think that Shaniqua is learning. You could tell that she's a little bit green when it comes to the political side of things. As a host, she works as a host, but she was a little bit green.
She said it last night.
Yeah,
Oh, she did?
Yeah, this Friday morning I heard her say it. She said that like she acknowledged that she's green in the political arena, and that would be my only critique of her is that she didn't. You could tell that she was a little bit. She wasn't as well versed in what's happening. But in terms of and I love Melissa. Melissa has filled in here for me on this radio program. I just Melissa needs to do Queen shows. I don't think that Melissa was a good fit for that platform.
Not for that platform.
She just wasn't a good fit for that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I understand that the Democratic Party trying to get people to become engaged and become more involved. But go ahead.
What you guys thought about the hot mic moment?
Listen.
And then you emphasized it.
Well, yeah, you emphasized it. Right? So I this Friday morning, as I had a cup of Bustelo, I was like, I don't want to miss this hot mic moment because I didn't know exactly where it was going to be. And so
they'll let you know how they feel. It's gonna be a long night.
Yeah. I was like, Lord Papa. Listen, all they have missed was a Lord Papa.
It was like, but this is why you volunteered to do this. It doesn't matter how long. And then, by the way, you guys were the ones that were behind time. So it will be a long night.
That was it. And as somebody who's had a few hot mic moments, you know, I have had some hot mic moments. I have. And typically, and just so the audience could understand, right? So this is a radio show. This isn't an internet show. So when I typically take a commercial break, I mute it for my Facebook. I mute it on the Facebook side because I don't know. I am paying me to run ads on my Facebook page, right? So I mute it on the Facebook side, and maybe I'll stop doing that. But during that little break is typically when. In any radio station, it's typically when you're running ads is when you talk to your guests, when you have little moments. And that I don't want y'all to be in for everything, but y'all are run with everything I say. And if I make a mistake or if I accidentally call somebody a konomono, then you know it has become a problem. So I just have to mute it because y'all is get me in trouble. Let me just put it out there. Hot mics get you in trouble.
Well, like a gentleman said to me, "You're troublesome." You're troublesome.
yeah. Apparently, Maurice met somebody in Home Depot last Saturday that thinks that I'm troublesome. I don't trouble people. To me, troublesome means like you sound okay.
Well, since you say that, segue, right? What you thought about the political influences, you know what I'm saying? As far as public service influences, as far as the congressional debate.
The who debate?
The who?
So in the congressional debate, right? The question was who influenced you?
Oh.
During your,
listen.
What you thought about the answers?
Listen, that day.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yes, oh Jesus, I remember.
Tell me them.
I remember. I remember. So okay. Let's listen. Let me not even start.
Tell me, man.
Wait. I'm not even starting from the congressional side. Let me start from the senatorial side, right? So on the senatorial side, to your point, Russell, it had people in the audience. I didn't know it was a thing. I wasn't intending to go to the senatorial forum. My boss was going, and so I went with him. And Nemi had people there. Court VLA had a huge contingent there, and then Lorenzo Frederick had a few people there with him, right? And Nikki Brooks had a lot of people there, right?
Okay.
So me and Cliff just walking. We just come in. We walk in. It's walk, right? This is walk.
Right.
So this is just an extension of my walk day. So I got there. We walk in, right? So now I say, in the back, my cousin Diane Alec. That's my girl. I say now in the back with my cousin, and I want to thank. Okay, I don't know which one she is. Ashel, Pachel, Rachel Belado. So there are three sisters named Ashel, Pachel, Rachel. I don't know which one I've been with that night.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I think it's the second sister. I know she's the second sister. I just don't know what her name is. But that's my girl. Right?
Okay.
Then I'll answer to Ashel, Pachel, Rachel because I don't know the difference. And I've been calling this from second grade. Anyways, and we were in the back chilling, laughing, watching all of these things, right? So then I asked the people who's like your biggest influence, right? So Omar B. Yusef bought Brian, I think Basis said bought
He
Brian,
said that too.
right?
I remember that. I saw that on TV. And yeah.
Court VLA said,
I think he said Cyril King.
He said Cyril King,
Yeah.
right? So no, Lisa Charles ain't dumb. She knows court have a lot of people in the audience, right? So she gonna lean over. She's like 2 people over from court. Now this is pandering for the audience. I know she's hoping. I mean, I know the game. She's hoping to get court supporters to vote for her because it's 1 of 7. Home girl said court VLA. Let me tell her something. Jamila Afifa Russell. I don't care if court VLA is my mentor. I don't care if me and he cool. And Court is my boy. Maurice will tell you. Court is my boy. Right? But I ain't sitting at no stage and saying my competitor is
right.
You crazy? And I get a raise?
Hell no.
You crazy.
That's right.
To me, that was a disqualifier for me. That was a disqualifier for me. Because I ain't going, you crazy. So I must be following.
And then somebody told me then Court started to send that around as a endorsement of him.
Listen. If I were Court team, I would have done that too. I
said we joking in this place.
Listen, I was like, you know, if pandering was a meme, it would have been that. Like I was like, I said, but what in the 7-day Adventist is this?
Just wait. Watch it work.
It was
what the other one is the one with the influence.
It had 2 seats. It had 2 seats. It had 2 seats. So I get the right man.
Okay, get the right. We got our time, and I want to talk a little about the debate last night.
Then, so this 40 man in. So I see this part around 4:50 something because I went to watch the Jay-Z concert and I was wrapping this up. Then I asked them, who influenced you?
Who influenced you?
So Delia said her mother whole 500 name. Her mother have a lot of plenty of names, right?
And Janelle said her parents,
which is fine.
Janelle said her parents. Yeah.
Janelle said both her parents.
Both of them, yeah.
Her mother is a teacher, and then her father. You know what she didn't say, and you know I am very upset with Janelle because what she needed to say that she didn't say is Levran Sarro, who hails from Queen Street, Frederiksted, that migrated to St. Thomas, that his upbringing in Frederiksted.
Oh God.
Is why.
All right, let me move on, please.
Okay, so why 340 are you upsetting my soul with my? She missed that little section.
All right, I got it.
She missed that.
Who did the other people?
Here comes Terry.
What did Emmett say?
I can't even remember who Emmett said. He was so.
He said Wang Louis.
Wang Louis, yeah, he said Governor Wang Louis.
That was a good one.
And Wang Louis, it was his birthday yesterday.
And that was a good one. I like that. I like that, Emmett.
Yeah, Emmett said Wang Louis. I forget. Emmett said Wang Louis. And Wang Louis' birthday was yesterday. Continue to rest in peace, Wang Ching.
Yes.
He was the prettiest governor ever.
Oh, yeah,
and let me digress.
Beautiful.
As a little girl, when he used to come to Harrigan Court to habla Espanol with my grandmother, and he was the only governor that used to listen. Let me tell you, he was a real governor. He was a governor that used to come in the project and visit his constituents. I think.
He was.
And when he used to come and get
talk about leadership
and come and sit down and drink a cup of coffee with Isabel and them attack in Spanish, and I can't understand them. All I used to hear is Jamila. Yeah.
No, but that's a leader.
He was beautiful.
That is a leader.
He was the most. He was handsome. He was beautiful. He's a handsome man. But then here comes Terry Helenese. I don't know. I don't know what in the deacon of the Catholic Church nonsense that was. What? That woman said Roy Schneider and Albert Ryan. Listen, Maurice, I ever see the episode of Will and Grace when the little boy had come and said,
talking about Sanford and Son, the way you just throw back his head. Remember how Sanford used to do that?
Yeah. Listen, maybe I get a heart attack. It's a big one. Listen, I almost fall out my chair.
Okay, why?
Because my brain don't work like everybody else's brain. And in my brain, when she said that, I think of her Queen of Pork comment.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah, you asked me. You see, why you just didn't leave me alone? I was just going to give it to you and you asked me why.
Oh, nah.
All right, we're gonna move on.
I take
we're
that.
gonna move on to the
But you
gubernatorial debate.
asked me why.
I said, I need to kind of.
No, I take that a quick comment.
I am on Just
I
Jamila to
remember.
keep Jamila just.
And so
I like that.
I love
I
it.
like that.
But in all fairness, that's where my mind went. And I was like, Terry didn't just say she's the queen of pork and then gonna mention the two governors that bring she out to walk on.
I moving on.
Because
340, let's move on.
okay. So
Last night, what did you think of the
free IO. You know what? I don't listen, the people that listen, my listening audience know because and for those who don't know to connect that she come here, you remember she came here she worked in the Schneider administration and had come down here for a minute and then she went to work to the legislature with David Jones. I just want to act like
she went to work. She's working
in the legislature.
I didn't know that.
She was like they create some position for like marketing liaison head or something in the legislature.
Somebody on the stage said, was it about her? They said she worked at Diageo too?
Yeah, she worked at
okay.
She's the one that worked at Diageo and had put the wrong stuff in the wall at the edge about Virgin Island. Oh, I supposed to say that down the radio. Sorry. Oops.
Okay.
Oops.
So
oops. Allegedly. That's what you're supposed to say. Allegedly.
Okay.
Allegedly.
All right.
But anyways, and that's what I was like, I know she just didn't say that. And can you read the room? Albert Bryan? Nobody likes Albert. I mean, you have 5 people that like he still. But Albert know that nobody like he.
That's my partner.
That's my partner too. But what I'm saying is he know as a governor, nobody ain't really liking him.
Yeah, not right now.
Like nobody ain't liking you know.
No,
and then you there and this and he on a role to make sure, like Albert is on a
like
role to make sure that people don't like him.
Yeah.
So why would you pick Albert?
Yeah.
I mean, he's my partner. I like him. We'd adapt to have a good time. He's my friend. But you want to name Albert Bryan? That the people them cussing?
Yeah, right.
As your
right.
role
No,
model?
I agree with that. I agree.
And you gonna pick Albert Bryan in Frederickstead and St. Croix?
You see, you try to move on, man.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
Thank you very
sorry.
much. Thank you very much.
Let me be.
Yeah. But
see
you know,
see how he could be my new man? He's trying to get me in control. I like a man that will take some control.
Jesus Lord.
Oh, shackle me up.
Oh, jeez. All right. What I will say is that it's always safer to name your parents or a dead person. the two areas that you should have. For anybody running out there, when they ask you that question, you name a dead person or your parents. That's it. You know, and you're fine. You're fine because no one, like for example, you know, I would have said politically, I admire both Cyril King and Wang Louis, right? But personally, in my life, it would be my grandmother, it would be my mother, you know. So I would have said something like that. But moving on to last night,
okay.
the lieutenant gubernatorial debate. What did I want to find out from 340? Because I realized that people who see it, because of our conversation earlier, who see it on screen, right?
They'll see it differently.
From people who are in the room.
What did you think about it? You get a first job.
I start by saying what will be very, very different in this coming week in the Senate. It'll be very different.
What he said?
Oh, I love that.
What he said?
He said what will be different in the Senate this week.
Listen, it had session for Wednesday, but thank God it get canceled because that would have been spicy.
That would have been
spicy.
I'm telling you.
I would take a 2-piece spicy with a side of coleslaw.
Novell came out swinging. I said, "Whoa!" You know, I also felt that Milton Potter, you know, my working with him in the Senate, think about it. I'm in a position where I have worked with 3 of the candidates, Donna Fred Gregory, Noel Francis, and Milton Potter. So I have a close-up look at all 3 of them. And Potter has always been very low-key, laid back, not as engaged as the other 2, quite frankly. Okay? So last night, when he started, his body language, did you guys pick up his body language, how he was moving and swaying, and were you able to see that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, his body language was, he was like he in the ring, moving around, jumping around.
You were trying to get some energy? Jump
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
Oh, should I spill in my coffee? Get excited with you.
No, that's so he was able, for me personally, to show me that he has energy. And I mean, some people may say that, that's a show and that's not the real him. But sometimes in certain settings, we're able to show another side of ourselves. The thing about, we had a nice joke in my house, right? Because I had said, I wonder how Milton Papa is going to do, because he and I born on November 22nd.
But you
and
I always say,
and we're not the same at all, right? My husband is born on June 28th, which is Novel's birthday. Imagine that,
Oh, wow.
Right, Novel and Milton in my household, right? I was like, we were laughing about it. Novel was who he showed who he really is. Okay. A fighter. Very, as even in that setting, he was still the statesman. He threw the blows, but he still maintained his composure. Potter was, like I said, he had this energy that was like, wow.
That was unlike him.
Unlike him.
Like the GI injection before it start. Go ahead.
Like in a horse race. Some people do the.
He got shot. He got B12.
So I thought that was it, but I liked it. I liked his responses.
Well, let me.
And then wait. The third candidate we want to forget.
Okay.
And then we had Rodney, who clearly you could see is not a politician, right? And he said it. He said as much. And so those two were knocking one. It was like he was at a fight, and he kept out of the fight, which if you think about it, how do you get in a fight between two?
But it don't involve you.
Because it doesn't involve you. So that was interesting to me. But I'd like to hear what Russell.
Yeah, let me have Russell's take, and then I'm gonna ask Russell, and then we're gonna come to you, because I want to feed off of his joke, because I know he's gonna have a joke for me.
Okay.
This is what happens when the debate for the congressional delegate didn't start on time. I had to get permission, because I have a 3.5-year-old, for me to go to that debate for the congressional delegate. So my wife said, "No, you can't be going to this next one, 2 days ago." And it went so long. The other one went so long. No, I couldn't catch it, and I wanted to see it. And I also have a question for the senator on, for the listening audience. What power does the lieutenant governor have, actually? Because if you listen to what Lieutenant Governor Roach said when people will tie him to the Bryant administration, he says, "Well, I'm not the governor. I couldn't do everything I wanted." And so the public,
he said it wasn't he also said it wasn't a partnership. And I was like, is he saying it wasn't a partnership? Then why are we electing you and Novell? You're supposed to, I mean, so then, it's almost like it made me feel, and it confirmed for me that some people just use, or maybe Roach felt he was used to get votes for Albert Brand. And at that point, when they won, the partnership ended. I was trying to interpret that.
Help me out on this kind of melee. When people are looking to run as governor, and they're looking for candidates. So what I hear, and I'm not as deep into politics, is if you want to get a lieutenant governor candidate, maybe you're not as strong, you need to pay your lieutenant governor candidates for their time.
Some people say that.
Some people say that.
So how's that ever going to be a partnership if they coming in already saying,
if you're already paid?
I got to bring you on because you don't believe in me or the message, but you'll come on.
But you'll come on for the money. For the money.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to go on record that Angel Dawson did not offer Maurice James any money, nor would I have accepted any money, because I see it as public service. I've heard that, and the one thing though, Russell, is that illegal though?
Oh, I'm not saying anything.
No, I want.
No.
What I mean though is illegal though. But at the same time, and maybe when Fox comes on, I want to know this. So then, if I am paying Russell $250,000, because people ask me, "Did you get $250,000?" And I'm like, $250,000.
I don't think it'd be that high. I heard people just getting a couple. Here's 20,000.
That's a lot. They
Woo!
said they said that to me.
You make more money during the election than you do as lieutenant
And
governor.
I was like, no, what the hell are you talking about, right? But then later in this, when I saw where during the Epstein investigation, it came up that the Brian Roach administration got 380,000. I had seen that somewhere in the mix, and I was like, what? What's going on here? So now I am questioning our system locally in terms of, does the election system, are they ever able to monitor?
No.
The money
So
in politics.
No, but that's a whole
right.
different discussion.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah, we're
to
gonna
still
talk
get to
about
the
that
debate.
next week. We'll talk about that next week.
So what was your take on the lieutenant governor's 340?
Kind of like what I said before, there was like a fight going on.
Mhm.
And Rodney was on the side.
Mhm.
And honestly, I was in the comments like, yo, fling a kick. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you know when a fight going on, you could send a kick in there. They don't know who kick you.
Yes.
Later,
Uh-huh.
I was saying like, yo, send a
I
kick, but
understand
he's
that.
down the side.
Mm.
And it worked out for him in the end because I guess after they done Vex and Frazzle, my boy was cool on the side and he get to answer some questions good at the end. So I was like, why? It actually helped him out.
He got stronger at the end. He
Like,
did.
oh, okay.
Yeah, he
Okay,
did
well,
get
that's a
stronger
good
at the
thing.
end.
In watching it, I am like, I expected the debate. I expected Novell and Potter to go at each other.
But you did, okay.
Of course, I expected that.
I did too, but not to the extent that they did though.
But you have to. I expect that because the Plaskett Potter's camp, everybody we're acting like we seeing it. They have clearly Stacey Plaskett has a lot of money in her.
That goes without saying.
I have seen, I've been able to pull down the financial reports.
I did that too.
I've been able to see all of these corporations that's donating to her, all of these individuals that's giving her the max on the federal level, and clearly she's using, and based on that, and that same disclosure report, she's using those monies to fund activities here on St. Croix and in the Virgin Islands, because it says so in the report.
And you're only seeing 10 or 15% of the money.
That's right. That's
all
exactly
the PAC
right.
money
All the
is
PAC
hidden.
money.
That's hidden.
Because I haven't even seen the PAC money. I'm just talking about the money that she's legally required to disclose. And I'm seeing where she's spending. She's using that money on this campaign, which is why she has this huge digital footprint. You can't log on to Yahoo. If you go to the Washington Post, the New York Post, TMZ, any of the trash websites, any of the news website that people here typically click onto, you seen her picture popping up. I have gone to Ad Manager. I've actually had to pay for a subscription. I'm on I find a trial, and to cheat the system, I am going to tell you, I've created like 4 email cycle. Get a free trial to get
a free trial all the time.
Yeah, free YouTube TV for free, so I could start seeing her ads. But I expected the Roach team to respond, because Stacey's ads on digital media have been nothing but attack ads against Roach. And what they're doing, yes, on YouTube. They've had 8 years. They've had the money. Then there's one that says she got the money for us. I was like, lie.
Most of us understand.
Not most. A lot of people don't understand. There isn't all. And because we don't have any fact checkers, it goes unchecked. So there's even an ad. She's running an ad showing Governor Brian Roach, and in the background, Novell's chief of staff in the shot. Right, I guess there was at a meeting up at Government House. One of the pictures they post, and I'm like, why are you putting Shauna in there? Find a picture with Novell in it. Right. But I know we know the message that they're sending. Right.
Okay.
And it's nothing but these type of a political attack ads there. And when you go on the Google Ad Manager, it's paid for by Hub. There's a pack associated with it, because you can get all of that information on Google Ad Manager. Do you think all that money will translate into votes? I don't think so. I think that people going to tie up that money, because that money isn't generated or raised here. When you're doing You ain't doing a food sale. You ain't doing a soup sale. You're not doing anything to raise money from the grassroots. Who owns you? And that's the question I have.
Actually, Roach did make a statement like that.
Oh, well.
Last night,
Oh.
and she came back with one. I got to look at that again. Do you remember that?
Oh, that's when she said
she had?
She said they can't withhold vendor payment to shake down contractors. But
And
those
something about t-shirts.
But those are the contract, and people are forcing people to wear t-shirts. But those are the contractors that are supporting her campaign because their name's there and they on the list.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Wow, really?
Those are the contractors that listen, when you go watch that list, right?
Yeah,
and all of the people who give she money that she has to publicly disclose.
Mhm.
I'm like, there's no way. And I'm like, we have federal monies coming in here to rebuild. I am like, local contractors ain't gonna never have no money because they ain't campaign, they ain't give her money. The people who give her are these big companies from all over the United States. And I'm like, who's going to own the Virgin Islands? And I think that that's where the other two camps are failing. I don't think that there's a problem to question where the money is coming from. I don't think that there's a problem. I think it's a legitimate question.
All the way to the top. I mean, all the way through our whole system of government with the caps being off political spending and that dark money can be in politics.
Yeah, right.
And that comes back to a Supreme Court case called Citizens United, where the Supreme Court said, oh, it's free speech.
That's right.
You give money
That's exactly right.
Yeah. And it's been terrible.
People saying that, right? Because it has been terrible.
What's funny is the double angle on, who controls, who owns this candidate. So when I ran, one of my first things is, I'm going to not take any campaign contributions. And if I get in Senate, I'm not going to take any salary.
Right.
And then I learned later from talking to people, oh, we're very suspicious of what's your game here? And I'm like, oh my God, I'd never thought of it that way. I'm like, I'm coming in because
I actually think that
it went against me.
It went against you too, because it also made it seem as if people who were running like me, okay, well, guess what? You're going to pay me that 85. It's not even enough. So then it came across as if you were saying that those who accepted the salary, were bought and paid for type of thing, you know? So that you have to be careful.
Oh, it's an unintended, as a novice politician, you do so many unintended messages and you don't know.
Lisa, when she says,
you don't know you're stepping in it and then you're walking with it on your shoe the whole time.
But I wanted to, because
the 340.
What about the gubernatorial?
No, but the gubernatorial, I was saying that I thought that the failure from each of these camps, like, I think that how are you getting all of this money to do all of these things? You don't have a physical presence here, right? And I think that the other camps, they're not doing a good job in questioning Roach leadership in terms of when you've left a lot, they've had the acting lieutenant governor for a long time. And how will your leadership translate to addressing issues that when you were on the bottom, you couldn't, you didn't address? And you could question.
Because his responses.
No, but I'm saying they're not doing a good job in highlighting, because he does have a record. And then I think that to a certain degree, everybody decides there's a dark horse in the race. Maybe Donna is the dark horse, and maybe they're not even focusing too much on her. But there is a question about, okay, if the other two camps, the question for Donna, if she has an Achilles heel, her Achilles heel would be, you are bringing in, you have a novice for lieutenant governor and yourself. How quickly will you be able to form up this and shape up this government? And I think all of the camps aren't doing a good job in highlighting the deficiencies in one another. And
you don't think so?
I think that camp and I think that the delegates team, she has money to spend, so she's and they're not and maybe I shouldn't even give a highlight going into the 2 weeks, but everything is about her. All of these ads, they're just her. There's only one ad with her and
I agree. I noticed that.
And so it speaks to what Roach is saying. Oh, I ain't gonna never be in charge. So then if if people in St. Thomas go support you because
Of Potter?
Potter on there on your ticket, it's clear that you don't have any intention of making him a partner because every picture is just she.
But maybe he's fine with that.
But of course he would be fine with that. We know his personality. You know, but what are you thinking, 340?
I didn't get to the end of that debate, so I didn't have that much details on it. I watched the beginning segment.
Yeah,
I fall off afterwards.
Yeah, I
I
left.
gotta go back and watch.
Yeah, me too. We gonna have, because I
Good one,
also
Good
also left before the questions that they posed
They-
one
well,
another,
I
and
wa- I wa-
also the
I-
rapid question.
But
I-
I watched
I
it.
will,
Go
I
ahead.
will say, I will say, like, there was more people that they were a little more strategic this time, right? In comparison to that debate with the
That's true.
With the union.
right?
True.
So,
He's
so
right.
the one with the union,
Mhm.
rules was definitely more strategic, using the rules, blah blah blah. This
Mhm.
time you can see that they probably it's like basketball. They probably went back and watched the tapes. I
Mhm.
was like, all right,
Yeah. Which they
so,
should.
okay,
Which they
exactly.
should. Yeah, I like that. I like that perspective.
Yeah. And I will say this: the delegate last night sounded like she learned more about government
Yeah.
between the last debate and this debate.
Right.
So,
right. She became more knowledgeable.
yeah, she became more
Yeah,
knowledgeable,
Yeah.
and
Because she made mistakes in the first one,
yeah,
and
but
it showed
yeah.
you like, oh man,
like she didn't really understand the government. It looked like she had a crash course. She studied,
she's coming,
and she come along in that way.
Mhm.
No,
that's true. That's true.
yeah,
But that
I like to be
happened.
fair.
No, that happened with me.
Yeah.
I came out of the military, the federal government, and when I came into the Senate, I had to quickly learn.
Yeah.
But I read a lot, so I was like,
Mhm.
there's some people who still didn't get it.
Mhm.
Some people may have been there longer than me, and I know more about it now than they did
Yeah.
because I made sure.
You
But
studied.
I had to study it.
Yeah.
So I know that would be a deficit for her coming into government, and also understanding the departments, the agencies, the people.
Mhm.
The people. You really
Yeah.
have to know the people who come to work
come to work
every
every
day in
Yeah.
government.
And so, so in terms of that, I thought that she did better than she did in the first debate.
I agree. She did better this time.
I will say that Roach showed me that he is like me. He always gonna choose fight. Roach, he is a legitimate bona fide member of the Fight Club.
Would you have thought that of him before?
No.
He's a different person.
I will tell Ayo that I thought all he could have do was prune flowers and pose for pretty pictures. And he showed me that he is what you call it, mixed martial arts, MMA. That dude he down for the fight.
He didn't even give me a smile last night.
Listen,
I said,
war is war.
I mean, I said, well, I see you again. So the next time I gonna say, oh, well, you give me a little smile.
I need a red.
What you said?
The red can for that road. I need a red can for that road.
Listen, Roach come out and he said, boy, big man, big man. Listen, and Roach just showed that Dana, to me, was excellent in this. I liked her in this forum. She did excellently. The first forum to me, I thought she started off a little bit nervous, because I know her so well. But again, she demonstrated, if you listened, she demonstrated that beyond Stacey and Tregenza, she knows what's happening here on the ground. She shows that she understands the ins, the outs of where we are in our government system. But I'm gonna say this. Offered solutions.
I actually thought going into the debates that she would be the fighter, but she's coming off more as, let me tell you what I know about government. If people listen clearly and closely to her. So for me, I saw now somebody who wants to show the people, I know government, I know, but does it work in debates is the question. Does it work? Like if you're looking at it, I mean, and he can probably speak to that. I'm wondering, does that come across to you looking at it, Mr. 340?
Well, so there's two type of people out there, right? There's people who want entertainment and may not even focus on the details, right? And then there's the people who want to go back and look. It's like listen to that song, you know, you like the melody at first,
That's true.
but then when you go back and you listen to the song, you're like, oh, this is a stupid fucking song.
Beep. We said beep.
That's an excellent analogy.
Right?
That's an excellent analogy. Excellent analogy.
So, go ahead, finish your point. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So it depends on the person who's like listening to the debate, right? Some people want the theatrics and the fight. And I mean, I like the fight, but I also want to see the information too, right?
Yeah.
So guys, like for instance, like for me, not to skip like a debate obligation, but going back to the congressional stuff, you didn't really get that much details from like everyone for the most part, right? Because of everything that was going on and everything and stuff. And it's cool for jokes, but as far as the individual candidates, you didn't really get game up on that number.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
And I thought in this lieutenant governor debate and the gubernatorial debate, I thought that Rodney, and I'll just say this, Rodney on the lieutenant governor's side, because Novell and Milton were going at each other.
And then they were placed, how they selected the slots.
Yeah.
The positions, they ended up being right next to one another.
Yeah. So Rodney ended up in terms of the night, Rodney ended up being the person who seemed the most poised, the most ready to go into the office of the lieutenant governor and work. And so if you're listening to get answers and you're speaking, because your supporters gonna be your supporters and they're gonna be like, oh, they do the best, they ain't gonna do no critical thinking or being of offer any criticism.
Sometimes I even watch the back. I didn't tell people about it. I was there last night. I'm gonna debate where people don't understand that, hey, I may be supporting a candidate, but I don't mean that you and I can't have a conversation.
Yeah.
I just need to put that out there. And you don't have to be vexed with me.
Yeah.
Because I ain't vexed with none of you.
Yeah. And so I thought that Rodney ended up on the lieutenant governor's side. He ended up because he answered the questions and he remained out of the, the people like to say he stayed out the weeds. He didn't go low with them or all of that. He nudged them on that side.
But there's something to what you're saying that we have to be objective about, which is none of them said anything to him about anything. You understand?
And I think that but I think that speaks to the hubris of the other two.
That's
teams.
exactly.
I think that
I wanted to get there.
And I think that the Potter Plaskett Potter team and maybe the Roach Francis team believe that because Donna is no longer in the Senate and she doesn't have a running mate that's been in the political arena, that they're not. They're very dismissive of the team.
I thought it was
and I think that what Donna and Rodney demonstrated, and just from seeing video clips, is that they have a grassroots type movement. But Donna was able to elevate the discussion in showing that, hey, I could play the game with IO, and I know more than the two of y'all. And then on the gubernatorial side, everybody's going to like who they like. If you like the sparring, Tregenza showed people, because there's people who question, hey, if he gonna man up,
like
the young people that said pause. And he showed us that he could man up. Right. Like, he could square up. And he showed us that he could do that. And he's been demonstrating that for people who question whether or not he could or couldn't.
Right.
And then I think that the delegates issue is that and maybe you have to think it because you want it, you have to put it out in the system, but she comes across as a little bit too conceited in the, like, I'm entitled to this. How dare you challenge me in here? And it speaks and the money, I have the money, I have the connections, she she needs to, she's coming across as she feels like she's on a pedestal, and she needs to come down a little bit to the people. And then we need for our news media to fact check some of the statements made, because I know there's talks about the impeachment. You said she did a good, and I guess Tregenza mentioned the impeachment, and she said Donald Trump could have removed her from the Intelligence Committee. There's so many people who don't understand that there's 3 separate branches of government.
Right.
Let me tell y'all something. The President of the United States cannot remove anybody from a committee in Congress. He does not literally have control of Congress. What he can do is go and influence people and ask for people to come out. But if you don't have a vote on the congressional floor, why studying with you for? You can't make, you can't vote.
Oh, I wasn't there for that.
So that was there last night. But y'all can go back and we can follow up with that. 3:40. Let you say good night to the list. Goodbye to the listening audience.
Goodbye.
All right. Later, everybody.
Okay, thank you for tuning in. All right, guys, that's my new hobby. I want to thank Russell Pitts. Russell Pitts' program is next week Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Where?
At UBI at the Medical Simulation Center, and be there at 5:30 because we're going to start at 6 on the dot because it's going 6 to 8 o'clock. So this Wednesday, UBI Medical Simulation Center, and it's going to be our 4 candidates for delegate to Congress. And I think it's going to be an excellent opportunity for you guys to come out and listen to the delegates. We only had this one opportunity last night. 2 nights ago, it wasn't, so this is another opportunity. Say good night. Bye-bye.
Good night. I like how you don't tell me what to say. Good night.
Anyways, I want to say thank you guys for tuning in. I don't know how to be anybody but just Jamila, and I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in, for participating. Democracy is a contact sport.
That's right.
Make contact.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And